Hello everyone and welcome back to the SteemTrail Gaming News. Today is the 8th of February 2018. My name is Kralizec and I will be your host for this evening. Today we got 3 stories for you guys. We're going to start with a little bit more information about the new mobile Mario game that is coming. More specifically, the game is called Mario Kart Tour. Secondly, we're going to talk about the fact that Sweden is considering making loot boxes as gambling somewhere in 2019. And last of all, we're going to talk about a very cool mod for the old school Doom game. But first, let's start with Mario Kart Tour. We talked about this last week. It's a Mario Kart game for your cell phones. It should be coming to both Android and iOS, and I cannot wait for it. I've been seriously looking for a racing game on my phone, and none of them really made me happy. Maybe apart from Seabay, but that wasn't really a racing game, that was a trials game. And I do like those, but really I just want a racing game. And Mario Kart seems like one of the best options for this. So what we now know is that the game will be quote-unquote free to start, which is Nintendo's way of saying free to play. We should mention, if you hear free to start, you might think, okay, so it will be like Mario Run. No. Mario Run is not said that it is free to start. Games like Animal Crossing, Pocket Camp, and Fire Emblem Heroes are called free to start, and they are essentially the classic free-to-play model with microtransactions and buying shit inside of the game. And again, we talked about this with Tyler and the podcast. Yeah, Mario Kart seems like a great game for a classic microtransaction monetization system where, let's say you want to play as Mario. Okay, maybe you want to play as Fire Mario. Maybe you want to play as Fox Mario. Maybe you want to play as the little Mario with a spring on his head. And those are all skins you can buy. You can buy different skins for your cart. You can buy, I don't know, different music for when you win. You can buy different poses for when you win, etc., etc., etc. And just look at Super Mario Odyssey. You know, it seems really obvious that there are many things that can be done with skins in this game, and monetization could be pretty decent, I think, for Nintendo, especially as Nintendo fans are, well, at the very least on par with Blizzard fanboys. The bigger question is, will the game have loot boxes? I seriously hope it won't, but I sort of think it will, sadly. And I've been actually thinking about this a bit more, but I'll actually talk about it in the next segment. So to end this one, Mario Kart is coming somewhere in 2018 to 19. Yeah, the days is awesome. And it's going to be a free-to-play game, so prepare your engines in your smartphones. Next piece of news about Sweden. The most social democratic country in the world, which is going to probably classify loot boxes as gambling in early 2019. And man, I hope it comes through. I fucking hope it does. This happened when Ardalan Shekarabi, I know I'm pretty sure that's not the way you pronounce that name, who is the country's Minister of Public Administration, told P3 News that loot boxes could be classified as a form of gambling in 2019. He more specifically said, "We are working to regain control of the gambling market as soon as possible and to make sure that Swedish consumer protection laws apply to all actors which conduct gambling activities." Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen all around the world, and companies will have to adjust to this. There will probably be games which will retain loot boxes, especially free-to-play games, I'm going to assume. And then games which, well, already are marketed to adults. As my personal guess for regulation is going to happen is that it will not be allowed to sell these sort of games to minors. The age restriction will obviously be different in each country. Here in Czech Republic, I think it's going to be either 15 or 18. If it's gambling, I'm going to assume 18. In America, it might be 21. Where, yeah, America's minor laws. They're weird. Currently under the Swedish law, so obviously loot boxes are not considered gambling and there's no way to regulate them. But many countries are actually now coming to find that there is a huge gambling addiction inside the minors community, inside children's communities, because, well, they are just used to buying these loot boxes. And it makes me sad that, when was that microtransactions South Park episode aired? Freemium isn't free, was it? And it was November 5th, 2014. So at the end of 2014 is early 2018 now, so it's a little bit over 3 years. It took governments 3 years since South Park noticed it. And South Park isn't this like breakthrough things nobody ever thought about. You know, they do things that are big and important. And it took governments 3 fucking years to notice that, yeah, our kids are gambling their money away on shit. Because, well, most things you get in loot boxes is pure shit. You know, people like to sometimes compare loot boxes to card packs from like Magic the Gathering. But those are two very different things. With Magic the Gathering, you're getting something physical that, well, you maybe even get to sell it off. But with things inside games, unless they have a inside market, no. They're there forever, and once you stop playing the game, they're just stuck there and worth nothing, really. And yeah, you might get unlucky with MTG packs and get basically worthless shit cards. But still, you can like take all your huge collection and sell it for like 50 bucks. Even if you have like 1,000 worthless cards, somebody will buy it for 50 bucks because it will be cheaper than buying starter packs, etc, etc. But loot boxes are just fucking shit and such a psychological risk to our youth. Okay, and let's go on to our last piece of news. This one is about a Doom mod. I don't think there is a single person on Earth who doesn't know what Doom is, but either way, it's an old school first-person shooter released in 1993. Man, I was just 3 years old then. And yeah, there are still people who love this game to death and make mods for it. And one of these people who actually loves this very much made a new mod for this called, what's it called? Overdoom. And what he did, he put Overwatch Weapons into Doom. So let's take a look. I have a little bit of a video to show you guys, so enjoy. So you can see it just still looks like Doom. But what the hell is this? Suddenly it's a Diva mech! Holy fuck! How did these people do this? This is not Mercy. This is Lucio's gun. This is the sniper guy. This is the one that hacks. This is Genji. Pharah. I'm bad with names if you didn't see that already. A little bit more Diva, and yeah, this just looks awesome. I might download this and try this. This looks insanely fun. And even includes the death animation, and man, somebody just put all of his work into this and made it awesome. And with that being said, that's going to be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please consider giving us a like here on YouTube and subscribing to our channel. If you are watching this on Steam, maybe you want to upvote our content and follow our blog. Either way, you should leave a comment. And be sure to tune in tomorrow, as we will be bringing you more gaming news every single day, as that is our job. See you guys later with more gaming content.